Hi, my name is Tony, and in this short series, I'll show you how to set up Lemp on Google Cloud. Lemp is a web service solution comprising of Linux operating system, Nginx web server, MySQL database, and PHP programming language. We will also be setting up WordPress using the WP commands, and we will be pointing our domain name using Cloud DNS feature. To follow along, you will need a Google Cloud account. You can sign up for free using your Gmail at cloud.google.com. You will also get a $300 12-month free credit to access all Google Cloud platforms. So head to cloud.google.com to activate your free trial. Pause this video and come back once your account is fully set up. Welcome back. I assume you've been able to set up your Google Cloud account, and you can see something like this on your own dashboard too. You can create a new project or you select an existing project. I already created a project for this tutorial, which we will be using, WordPress Lemp. If you need to create a new project, you can create it right here and select it as your default project. I'll leave mine as the selected project. The next thing we have to do is to start setting up our Lemp stack. The first step is to create a VM instance. To do that, we go to Compute Engine, you hover on this right here, and you come to VM instances. Creating an instance will allow us to install our own operating system, web server, PHP, and MySQL on our instance. So to create an instance, click on Create. Give your instance a name. You can use any name you want. I'm going to use WordPress instance. All name must be lowercase. For the region, I'm going to select Belgium. I'm in Africa, so I think this zone is closer to me. You can select any region you want. I'm going to leave this as the default. For my boot disk, I'm going to change it to Ubuntu. It's currently selected as Debian, but I'm going to change to Ubuntu. So I'll open up and select Ubuntu 18.04. I'll leave my disk type the way it is, and the file size of 10 gigabytes is enough for what we're trying to do. I'm going to click on Select. For identity and API access, I'm going to leave it as the default. But for firewall, I'm going to allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic. You should also allow these two to have access to your instance. Once you check the two options, click on Create to create your instance. Now our instance is being created. Now instance has been successfully created. So we have an external IP address which you can use in the web browser to have access to our instance. But for now, we don't have anything installed right here, so we can have access to it. First, let's SSH into our instance so we can start installing our operating system and our web server. To do this, click on the drop down beside SSH. I'll use this option open in a browser window, but if you want to use another method, you can click on any of these to check the options. But for now, I'm going to click on this, and it's going to bring on a pop-up window. I'll drag this to the center. Alright, so this is my terminal, and from here on we'll be interacting with our instance via the command line. First thing I would like to do is to update my Ubuntu software. To do that, I'm going to type in this command. And this will check our Ubuntu package and updates it. So we've successfully updated our Ubuntu. Next thing, we have to install our web server. For this series, we will be using Nginx, and to install Nginx on our Ubuntu, we use this command. So here it's just asking us to confirm if you actually want to install. Yes, we want to install it. And now we've successfully installed Nginx on our machine. To confirm our web server installation, let's go back to our dashboard. I'll right click on my IP address here. Okay, so because we don't have SSL certificate installed, the HTTPS version will fail. So remove the S and click enter again. Now you can see that we have Nginx welcome page right here. It is located in the root directory of our installation. So let's go back to our terminal. And now let us install PHP. To install PHP, I'll use this command. This command will install PHP Fast CGI Process Manager and the PHP MySQL package. Let's click enter to install it. Let's confirm our installation by pressing Y. And now our PHP is being installed. Our PHP version 7.2 is being installed right now. So we've successfully installed PHP. So now we have our web server installed. We have our PHP installed. You can see we have PHP 7.2 installed right here. To confirm our PHP installation, let us create a new index.php file to replace this default Nginx page that we have in the root directory. First, let's go to the root directory of our server. We can do that by cding into the directory. Our directory is located here. And if you list the files right here, you see that we only have one HTML file right here. So let's create a new index.php file that will replace this page. To do that, we'll use this command sudo nano index.php. Because we don't have index.php yet, this command will create index.php file and open it in the nano editor. So I'll click enter, and now I can put in my PHP. I'm going to type PHP tag, and I'm just going to echo out a welcome message in H1. I'm going to type H1. Welcome to our Nginx page. I'm going to close my H1 tag. I'm going to go to quotes, and I'm going to end my PHP statement. To save this file, I'm going to press Ctrl O. I'll press the enter key and Ctrl X. So let's go back to our page and see if we can see the page. This won't work at the moment. I just want to show you something. So from our page, we can see our index.php file. But if we go to index.php, you'll see that our file is being downloaded instead of being served to us as a web page. This is because Nginx doesn't know how to process our file yet. So we need to go into Nginx configuration file to tell it where our PHP is located and how to process it. To do that, let's go back to our terminal, and we'll go to the Nginx configuration file. The configuration file is located in this directory, etc. So if I list the files here, this is our configuration file. So to open this file, I'm going to use this command. So here's our Nginx configuration file. So let's scroll down. This is okay. So let's add index.php here since we'll be working with PHP. And let me come down. So here is where we have our PHP configuration. So let me uncomment this block. Remove the comments here. I'll uncomment the include statement. And also, let me uncomment this FastCGI path. Somehow our path says PHP 7.0, but we have PHP 7.2 installed. So let me change this to 7.2. Also, we can confirm our PHP version by going to this directory. Let me uncomment the closing bracket. To save this file, I'm going to press Ctrl O, then enter, then Ctrl X. Let's confirm our PHP installation. So I'm going to cd into the directory. So as you can see, we have PHP 7.2 installed, not 7.0. So let me go back to the root directory. All right. So now that we've configured our PHP, let me test our Nginx configuration file by using this command. This will show if you have any error in our file. So our configuration file is okay. So let me restart our Nginx server. I can do that by using this command. So we've restarted our server. So let's go back to our web page and refresh this page. Now we can see that we have our own index page. We placed our PHP is working right here. Let me go back to our terminal, then we can install our database and also phpMyAdmin. To do that, let's go back to the terminal. I will clear my screen. And I'll be using MariaDB for this tutorial. To install MariaDB, we're going to use this command. If you want to use MySQL, just substitute MariaDB for MySQL. Yes, we want to install. And now I've successfully installed MariaDB on our server. To secure my installation, I'm going to use this command. So we don't have any password for our root yet. Let me set a password. Okay, I think I made a mistake. So now that we have a password, so I can use no here. Do you want to remove anonymous users? Yes. Do you want to disallow remote login for the root? Yes. Do you want to remove the test database? Yes. Do we want to reload the privilege tables? Yes. And now we've successfully secured our MariaDB installation. Next thing, I would like to create another user that will have access to our database and all the tables inside. To do that, let me go to MySQL command by doing sudo MySQL. Let me clear my screen. No, sorry. Let me create first. Let me clear this screen. Then let me do sudo mysql. Excuse me. So now I'm going to paste in a command right here that will create a new user for us. So I already have the command typed in my notepad, and I'm going to paste this here. So this command will create a new user with this username and this password. The username will just be this, and this will be the password. So I'll click enter. Now we have a new user created. To give this user right on our database, we need to paste in another command that will grant the user privilege on our database. So I'm just going to copy the command and paste it here. So I'm going to paste the command here, and this command will grant all on all to this user right here. So I'm going to click enter. Now we've granted the privilege to this user. We can confirm by selecting okay, select user, not users. I made a mistake with the S. So I just want to show all the users we have. So you can see now that we have another user right here in our table. So I can clear, I can create this, and I can clear my screen. The last thing we will do in this video is to install phpMyAdmin. phpMyAdmin will give us access from the web browser to our database, so we can interact with our database using a user interface. To do that, we're going to use this command. And it's asking, do we want to install? Yes, we do. So here we don't have Nginx listed as one of the servers. So to skip to 2, use the tab key on your laptop or on your computer and click on OK. Yes, we want to. So we have to set the password. Use the same password for the user that we created. So I'm going to use the password right here. Then I'm going to confirm the password. Now I have successfully installed phpMyAdmin. But we can't access it yet if you go to phpMyAdmin from our web browser. We need to create a symbolic link to make it accessible via our root directory. To do this, I'm going to paste in a command. So this command will create a symbolic link and will make our phpMyAdmin accessible via our root directory. So I'm going to press enter. Next thing I have to do is to restart my PHP. To do this, I'm going to use this command. Make sure you're using your own PHP version right here. So I've restarted, and I also like to restart my Nginx server. To do that, I'm going to use sudo so we can now go back to our web browser, reload this page, and if you now go to phpMyAdmin, we should be able to access it. So I can log in right here. No, this is not my username, and I'll use my password. Now you can see we have access to our database from the web interface. That will be all for this video. In the next video, we will install more PHP packages. We're going to install WP CLI and we're going to install WordPress. Thank you.